Welcome to Neru's kitchen. Today we're in my garden.
Okay, it's now my turn to speak. This is the camera monkey. Right. We have, if I can get him, there's the dog lounging under the table. So today we're going to talk about this. If you don't have any seed potatoes, this is what you do. You get the potatoes, and when they start sprouting, just put them in a little bit of water, and then you plant them in grow bags or pots or whatever, and put them in a sunny place. And these ones I planted just before the lockdown about 2 months ago, so they've now started sprouting. Well, not sprouting, but they're growing now. And what you need to look for is on the top, if they start putting flowers out, that's when you know that they're about to be ready. But prick the flowers out. So these are some of the potatoes. That's just got left behind, a small one. This is our herb pot with all the herbs in there. You got mint, you got sage and chives in there, and you have also in between there you have some basil as well. There, right at the bottom there, that's the basil. And as a gardener, you have to have at least one strawberry plant. Getting my words mixed up. Here we have garlic, which we took some garlic scapes off of, and some grapevine. So now, going into the garden, into the greenhouse. A couple of carrots growing there. And here we have some squash, or butternut squashes actually, yes. And here we have cauliflowers. These are growing. This is what I put in the greenhouse, and it's a bit of an experiment. So these have grown quite tall. In between you have tomato plants, and I'll show you another lot that I have outside in the garden. Here we have tomato plants, which I put out a while back. This is the second lot. The first lot was my mistake. I didn't put enough water in there, so they died. So that's them. And there you go, coriander, fresh coriander. We normally grow fresh coriander like this, and then we chop them up and freeze them, so you can use it all year round when they're in the fridge. So there's some more coriander. I have to clear all this up. This is just overgrown. And here we have more garlic. They say when garlic starts drooping, that's when it's time to pick them, but I'm not quite sure about this variety, so I'll leave it for a couple of more weeks and then we see what happens. Right, look at this and this. It's courtesy from the squirrels. They brought some walnuts into the garden and buried them and forgot them, and they've started sprouting. And this is greens. I forget the name of them. Right. Now these are all potatoes and onions which I planted 2 months ago, and here we have radish on that side. We got some leeks growing there as well, and weeds obviously. Right, we have shallots growing on that side, peas growing there, and these are the plants that I was telling you earlier on. These are the cauliflowers. So this is an experiment between this lot and the one in the greenhouse over there. So these haven't grown that much, but I think these will be the better ones. Let's hope anyway. Right, you see this? These are the potatoes which I took the skins which were growing, and I just put them in the ground, and this has been about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and look at that, it's growing. And every time they grow, all you have to do is just put the soil right next to it, right, so they grow above, and the potatoes will grow underneath. So you have to just keep adding more and more soil on it, and then they grow. Right, these are more onions and more potatoes. These were last year's potatoes and they've just sprouted. Now this is what I was talking about. Can you see that flower on top there? That's what you need to pinch out, like that. Once you get rid of that, the potatoes have or the energy will go straight into the potatoes instead of making the flowers. Right, here we go, some more here, there, can you see? Like that. Pinch them out so you get more potatoes. This is the rhubarb, so hopefully we'll start making more recipes, or you start using the rhubarbs. And here we have more rhubarb. Well, that's my garden. And another thing, you don't have to have a big garden. As long as you have pots and a nice sunny spot in the garden, you can grow almost anything. Like the herb pot that we have over there, well, it's actually a big pot really. Once you have that, you can put like all different herbs, and they're quite happy to grow with each other, you know, unlike humans. So back in the greenhouse here, so there we go. Once again, see, these are the cauliflowers. Because they're in here, I think these will start sprouting a little bit earlier than the others. Right, there's a tomato plant there. Unfortunately this year, no chilies. Made a bit of a mistake, so what a mistake to make. There we go. And the pots. Here's another bit of an experiment. I'm trying to grow carrots in sand. Apparently the trick is you put a lot of sand there and you core it out. So you take the middle bit using a big pipe and you core it out, take the sand out, put some soil in there, and then what you do is you put a couple of seeds of carrot in there, and what happens is the carrots grow straight down instead of being, you know, whichever way. So well, this is a bit of an experiment. We'll see how this turns out. So there we go, that's part of the garden. And yeah, back to the garlic. This is another experiment. So I've like two, one in the greenhouse and one outside. So it looks like this one is doing better than the one in the greenhouse. So yeah, so you choose whichever variety, and then just experiment. That's that. And we come back to
See you next time. Thank you for watching Neeru's Kitchen. Join me again for another exciting recipe. Bye.